How to compare diagrams like a pro? Not sure which verb tense to use? Never tried to figure out the purpose? Don't worry, in this video I will cover everything you need to know about comparison diagrams with 5 amazing tips and tricks. Welcome back to my channel, Joy IELTS. Today we will be discussing an IELTS writing task 1, map questions, with the detailed sample test guide from Cambridge IELTS 19. Stage 1, reading the prompt and maps. There are 3 steps in this stage. Step 1, identify the key information. Step 2, determine the verb tense. Step 3, spot the changes. Step 1, identify the key information. Always read the prompt with a pen and make sure to circle or underline the key information. By key information, we mean the topic, instruction, and task type. Now let's read the prompt together. The plans below show a harbor in 2000 and how it looks today. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main feature and make comparisons where relevant. So, the topic is the comparison of the harbor in the past and present. Then the instruction. Focus on selecting, reporting, and comparing the main features. Last, task type. The task type influences the verb tense, which leads us to the next step. But before that, I have a tip for you. Tip 1, basic map types. In IELTS writing task 1, map questions can also be referred to as comparison diagrams, plans, or designs. There are 3 common map types. First, the node and new design of a location. Second, 2 alternative design of a location. Third, 2 alternative locations on a map. Obviously, our practice test falls into type 1, the most common type. If your preparation time is limited, focus on practicing this type. Now all the key information is checked. Step 2, determine the verb tenses. Before this step, I want to share tip 2 with you. A quick guide to choosing the right verb tense. For 2 designs of different times, there are several kinds of time sets. First, past and past. It means 2 diagrams, both of past time. Look at this practice test. The diagram shows a shopping center in 1982 and 2012. Both diagrams are showing information of the past. So, we can use past simple for both diagrams. For example, in 1982, the shopping center had a lake. Here is a past simple with had from has, present simple. Second, in 2012, a parking lot was built. Here we used the passive was built from build, the present simple. Second, past and present. It means that one diagram of the past, one of the present. For instance, look at these 2 diagrams. Diagrams show a park in 1920 and today. The first diagram is about the park in 1920, so we can use past simple. For instance, in 1920, there was a fountain. Here, the past simple was. In 1920, there had a fountain. The past simple had from has. The past simple was from is. Then the second diagram is about the park in today. Therefore, we can use present simple or present perfect. For instance, we can say, now there is a rose garden. Here is the present simple. Now a rose garden has been built. Here has been built is the present perfect in passive. Third, before and after. It means one diagram of before, one of after. For instance, the 2 maps below show an island before and after the construction of some tourist facilities. The first map is a map of the island before tourism construction. So we can describe what the island used to like with past simple. For example, there were no restaurants on the island. Here were past simple. The second map is about the island after construction of tourism facilities, so we can use present simple or present perfect. For example, now there is a hotel. Here we use the present simple is. Now the hotel has been built. Here we use the present perfect in the passive. As you can see, the past and present and the before and after are the same. Last one, present and future. It means one diagram of now, one is about the future. For instance, the plan below shows the site of an airport now and how it will look after redevelopment next year. We call this the present and the future question. The first plan is the present airport. The second layout is the airport will look like after the construction. So we can use the present simple and real future. For example, now the airport has a walkway. We got the present simple with a has. For the future, according to the plan, a sky train will be built. Now we've got the future with the passive will be built. And back to our practice test. We are dealing with a past and a present question. Write down your decision to use past simple for 2000 and present simple or present perfect for today. Step 3. Spot the changes. The main task focus of task 1 is to make relevant comparisons. So, tip 3. How to make relevant comparisons with maps. For relevant comparisons, we should first, describe the changes. Second, highlight things that didn't change. Third, point out difference and similarities. Now let's check the map from west to east. And I will mark the changes with one color and things that remain unchanged with another color, just to make it easier for you to see. Attention, in real test, you only have one pencil. First, I will mark the time. Then, start from the main road. It's the same on both diagrams, so use a red pen to mark. Second, move on. In this area, lots of items. Check them one by one. First, the car park. Same, no changes, so I will use red pen to mark. Then, the shower and toilets, build one more. That's a difference, so I mark it with blue pen. Keep going. Fishing boats and marina switch places. That's a difference. I need to mark it. Then move on to the north bank. The public beach, no change. Mark it with red pen. One more dock for more passengers ferries. Difference, mark. Move on to the south bank. Road and lifeboat, no change, so mark red. Build a new area for cafe and shops. That's big difference. Mark it with blue. Public beach turned into private beach of the hotel. And build a new hotel. Big differences. Mark all of them. Now I have marked the similarities and the differences. It's time to plan. Stage 2. Planning the essay. Lots of informations, right? Don't report all of them. The planning stage is for organizing all the informations. So, structure your essays into 4 paragraphs. Introduction, overview, detail paragraph 1, and detail paragraph 2. For introduction paragraph, paraphrase the topic with our paraphrasing tips. Or you can just memorize several sentence patterns to fill in the blanks. Next, the overview paragraph. Some students prefer calling this a summary and put it in the last paragraph, but both serve the same purpose, to highlight the most obvious changes and don't changes of the map. Personally, I prefer an overview because I don't want to save the most significant observations for the last paragraph. In overview, focus on describing the key changes and what has stayed the same. For example, The most obvious change in these diagrams are the construction of a new hotel and the transformation of a public beach into a private hotel beach. Additionally, new dock and tourism facilities have been added. Instead of listing every single details, I recommend focusing on the purpose behind these changes, which will give your overview more depth and clarity. Tip 4. Figure out the purpose. But what exactly does purpose mean? Think of it this way. If you are renovating your kitchen, you're likely to have a goal in your mind, making it more convenient, efficient, or safer. Similarly, the changes shown in the diagrams often serves a specific purpose. When writing the overview, focus on describing both the changes and what has remained the same, tying them to their intended purpose. This approach will help your essay stand out. Back to the diagrams. The harbor used to be a public space, but now it has transformed into a tourist destination with improved accommodations and facilities, such as new decks, ferries, cafe shops, and a hotel with private beach. These changes are designed to attract tourists seeking relaxation and entertainment. Therefore, I will summarize the transformation in 2 sentences. First, the changes and the new facilities aim to attract visitors seeking recreation. Second, the area that remain unchanged continue to serve the public. You must write it down. So, the plan of the overview paragraph is down. Next, detail paragraphs. These 2 paragraphs must contain specific changes and don't changes, or relevant comparisons. Many students are unsure how to begin. So, tip 5. How to group the details. Planning stage is all about organizing and grouping the details we have figured out. I have 2 different plans for grouping the informations. Plan A. Compare changes in detail 1 and compare don't changes in detail 2. Plan B. Compare the North Shore in detail 1 and compare the South Shore in detail 2. But don't describe one diagram for detail 1 and describe another for detail 2. That's what irrelevant comparisons mean. I will plan and compare the 2 essays. Plan A. Detail paragraph 1. Describe the changes. If you don't know how to organize the detailed paragraph, I suggest you write like this. Sentence 1, topic sentence, main description. Sentence 2 and 3, explain your reasons with examples and details. Sentence 4, summarize your idea briefly. This is optional. And don't change the sentence order. Now let's plan together. First sentence is the topic sentence, just to repeat the purpose of the changes, which you can say better accommodations like hotel will make the tourists stay longer. Second sentence, look at the blue areas on the diagram. Describe them one by one, and the order is up to you. I prefer to describe the big changes first, castle to hotel, public beach to private beach, add a dock, cafe and shopping areas, shower and toilets. You can divide your description into 2 or 3 sentences in writing stage. Next, third sentence, the switch of marina and fishing area. I won't write a summary in this paragraph because it's long enough. I want to keep detail 1 and detail 2 more balanced. So plan A, detail paragraph 1, is down. Now move on to detail paragraph 2. First topic sentence. The purpose of don't changes serves the public. Second sentence. Explain the don't changes in detail. Describe the red areas such as car parks, public beach. Last sentence. A brief summary of the purpose of the reconstruction, which is to attract tourists while balancing for public visitors. Plan A, detail paragraph 2, is down. Now let's move on to Plan B. Compare northern side in detail 1. Compare the southern side in detail 2. Detail paragraph 1. We will compare the northern shore, both changes and don't changes. First, topic sentence. Lots of changes. I will describe the northern shore first. Second sentence. Supporting details for changes. The blue areas on the northern shore. Add a dock, marina switch, write down. Third sentence. Supporting details for don't changes. Look at the red areas of the northern shore. Car park, public beach, write down. Last sentence, summary. Because some remains and most of the changes on the northern shore are for public visitors. Therefore, I will emphasize the purpose of reconstruction are balanced for non-tourist specific visitors or public. So, detail paragraph 1 is down. Detail paragraph 2. First, topic sentence. Changes of southern shore. Second sentence for supporting details of changes. Hotels, beach, cafe and shopping areas, shower and toilets. Write it down. Last sentence. Here I will say the second purpose. Most changes on the southern shore are for luxury and recreation holiday tourists. Write it down. Now both plans are down. Quite easy, right? Just change the order of the information. Next stage, write the essay. The introduction. Paraphrase the topic. We can finish paraphrasing fast with our full paraphrasing techniques. The plans below show Hopper in 2000 and how it looks today. First technique, simplifying and elaborating. Convert Hopper into Porth Harbor. Second, synonyms. Turn plans into diagrams. Turn show into illustrate. Then, change a Hopper in 2000 and how it looks today into the transformation from 2000 to the present. Here we can change the sentence pattern by changing the subject. So the introduction will be, the diagrams illustrate the transformation of Porth Harbor from 2000 to the present. Very simple. Next paragraph, the overview. Overall, significant changes have occurred to cater the tourism, while some areas have remained unchanged, maintaining accessibility for the general public. Nice and easy. Overall, significant changes have occurred, while this underlined part could be a sentence pattern. You can use it like fill in the blanks for your essay. Let's move on to the detail paragraph 1. Plan A, detail paragraph 1, sentence 1. The most noticeable developments are the addition of tourist-oriented amenities to better accommodate visitors. Topic sentence. Express the purpose of changes. The most noticeable developments is the sentence pattern. You can also say it is noticeable that, it is obvious that. Sentence 2. On the southern shore, a disused castle has been converted into modern hotel and turning a public beach into a private beach exclusively for hotel guests. We described the biggest changes with details. Pay attention to the verb tense here, the present perfect passive and present simple. Sentence 3. Near the lifeboat station, the area for cafes and shops has been created, adding more options for leisure and shopping. Can't describe all the details in one sentence, divided into 3 sentences. Sentence 4. Moreover, the shower and toilets areas has been built to improve convenience for visitors. Same structure for all sentences. Describe the changes first. Then, describe what will the changes bring to the tourists. Sentence 5. On the northern shore, a new dock for passengers ferries has been added, and the marina for private yacht has been relocated closer to the hotel, replacing the former fishing boat area. This is a pretty long paragraph. I will keep it like this. If you don't like it, you can start a new paragraph with on the northern shore. Detail paragraph 2, sentence 1. Despite these changes, some areas have remained the same. Topic sentence to indicate the reader what will be discussed in this paragraph. Sentence 2. The car parks on the western side continue to serve visitors arriving by car, while the large public beach in the northeast corner has been preserved for general use. Here, use complex sentence structure to show your English grammar ability. Sentence 3. These retained features balance the harbor's modernization by maintaining accessibility for non-tourist specific visitors. A brief summary to end the essay. Let's move on to Plan B. For Plan B, I will just show you the essay and I won't explain sentence by sentence. On the northern shore, a new dock has been constructed to handle passenger ferries, increasing the capacity for tourist arrivals. And the marina has been relocated to the southern shore, which is closer to the hotel, replacing the previous fishing boat area. Meanwhile, the car parks on the western side continue to serve visitors arriving by car, while the large public beach in the northeast corner has been preserved for general use. These changes proved the accessibility for non-tourist specific visitors. So this paragraph is all about the northern shore. Detail paragraph 2. The southern shore has also undergone considerable transformations. A disused castle has been converted into a modern hotel, and the public beach has been restricted to hotel guests with a private beach. Near the lifeboat station, the cafes and shops area has been built. Additionally, the shower and toilets area near the marina has been expanded to improve convenience for visitors. These upgrades emphasize the development of the southern shore as a hub for luxury and recreation. Now my two essays are done. Which one do you prefer? How to choose the structure. For the first essay, the structure is introduction, overview, detail paragraph 1 for changes, detail paragraph 2 for not changes. Structure 2, instruction, overview, detail paragraph 1 for northern shore, detail paragraph 2 for southern shore. So let's compare them. I will compare them from different perspectives. First, clarity. Structure 1 is clearer for comparing changes and non-changes, as it splits two ideas into separate sections. And structure 2 provides a more focused look at the northern and southern shore, but might be harder to follow if the differences between the shores are not clearly defined. And for detail, structure 1 seems slightly less detailed when discussing the northern and southern shore, as it divided changes and non-changes into different sections. Structure 2 allows for more specific details about each shore, with dedicated space for northern and southern shore improvement. And the flow. Structure 1 has a smoother flow between describing changes and non-changes, easier to follow. Structure 2 is more organized geographically, which can help with clarity but might disrupt the flow if the changes are not equal on both shores. Task achievement. Structure 1 is more likely to achieve a balanced response by emphasizing both the development and the preserved areas of the harbor. And Structure 2 allows for a more in-depth exploration of each shore, which could be beneficial if the map highlights significant differences between the two sides. So here is my conclusion. Both structures have their merits depending on the task requirements. Structure 1 is better for general comparison that focuses on both changes and continuity in one unified response, whereas Structure 2 is ideal for more detailed geographical breakdown of the specific areas involved. Last, to sum up, in this video we discussed the writing stages and tips for map questions. First, the steps. Read the prompt and the diagrams. Select the informations, plan the ideas in 2 ways, write the essay in 2 ways. Next, writing tips. Tip 1, map types. Tip 2, how to choose verb tense. Tip 3, how to make relevant comparisons. Tip 4, how to figure out the purpose. Tip 5, how to organize ideas in different ways. That's all for today's video. If you'd like to see more sample essays of IELTS writing, check out these 2 videos. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for notification. See you in the next video.